After the election, where them do.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun diary.
We're having People's Parliament tonight, so you can join, you can be part of it. Don't wait till it is too late before you queue behind until you probably will miss out. But before we get to that part of the People's Parliament, I am going to open the floor so that I can give you something to talk about, and then you can talk about what you think we should also listen to. And you have an opportunity to come on the screen with me. Tell us what we don't know. I mean, the People's Parliament.
Ani esuraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esuraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esuraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esuraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esuraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you. Share the broadcast. I mean, invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun today, There's so much to talk about, and there is a lot. You'll be probably adding to it as well. But today, by the way, happened to be the last day for all the, Bokwari's ministers who want to be president. However, there's been some backtracking. Okay. Some of them have started changing their minds, while some of them have indeed resigned. The ones that we can confirm their resignation, that you can now say, yeah, seems that this one's one fighter until the end. Oh, it's not a joke. The first person, the first person on this screen is Rotifmi Mechi. He has tendered his resignation and is forging on with his presidential ambition in APC. So according to the fillers, they said that Bokwari told them that if they don't resign by Monday, today, it will have to take action for them. If they don't decide by then, it will decide for them. So that then takes us to that man, the number 3 from the right, Malamu, Abubakar Malamu, the Attorney General of Nigeria, the man that shared over 200 exotic cars, expensive cars, to the faithful party delegates in Kebbi to make him the governor of Kebbi. However, he has withdrawn his governorship. You know what? He is the ringleader of the cabals that are actually, doing all this mess inside the asshole rock. So he has abandoned his ambition. He is no longer resigning. I know that Ogbona Yaonu has also, Emeka Nwajuba, the education minister, the junior minister for education, has resigned. However, just a few days ago, Tifnumbu was in Kaduna, and for the 3rd time, it was in the same Kaduna that Tifnumbu gave them money, as usual, 50 million here, 50 million there. And among the places that they are expecting that Tifnumbu will have a chance in their APC, Egbekegbe, one of them is Kaduna. And it's quite ironical because it was the same guy in Kaduna that went to Lagos during the Ambo this time, you remember? And he told them, he said, I know how to defeat Godfathers. If you want to defeat Godfatherism, come on, I'll teach you how to do that, referring to Tifnumbu. But shockingly, Tifnumbu believed that El Rufaya would be of kind of useful, possibly can give him a vice president. Unfortunately, right there, El Rufaya hosted Amechi, I think it was yesterday. And right there, he told the gathering that, you know what, Amechi is far better than this old weak man. We need somebody strong. We need somebody younger and all of that. And Kaduna will be for Amechi. Now, not that we really do care, but it's just that it's going to help you to dot the line and cross the T's, as they say, when this whole thing finally goes down in the next 10 days. In the next 10 days, the drama will change. But before that, this is El Rufaya pledging their allegiance to Amechi.
Let me tell you my history with Dr. Amechi. In 2011, I'm about to hold the 60th National Convention, but we didn't have money to build the 50 square. We were short of resources. Dr. Amechi, a sitting PDP governor, then had about, he has always been an admirer of General Buhari. So he sent a message for us to send a delegation to explain to him at 11. And he had us to do it. And since then, we had contact with him on the orders of General Buhari himself. And when we started discussing with the G7, the 7 governors that wanted to defect from PDP to APC, I was holding nocturnal meetings with Governor Amechi and Governor Nyako, Adamawa State, until we got time for them to move to our life. And that was the game changer. And for you to understand how difficult it is, imagine governor of Yorubas State from South, as incumbent President Jonathan made the sacrifice to move to our party. It was a game changer. This is part of the reason why President Buhari loves Minister Rotimi and tomorrow. When I was in opposition, there was a time the SSS wanted to arrest me. I don't remember what. I wrote something nicely and it used to be those days. But they wanted me arrested. And he told me and said, I will come to Abuja, I will take you there myself. What have you done wrong? And I will not leave to the legend. He left his job as a state governor, came to Abuja, drove me in his car to the SSS headquarters and stayed there until he took me back home. Till tomorrow, I will never forget it. Making is a great Nigeria. I'm putting this in context so that you understand. This is what I mean. This primary is an internal competition. We don't need to call each other names, but let us bring out the virtues and the good character of everyone. It is up to you as delegates to make the best choice for Nigeria. 2 days ago, you made your choice here without listening to everyone else. Now, you've had a meeting. You've seen what he has done. He has brought a very strong security team. He has General Buhari to his life. His former CP was Suleiman Abu. He has former Minister of Defense General Ali here. So you know what will happen for security if he is in charge. So I want to ask you 2 questions. Are we in Kaduna State APC committed as a matter of fairness and justice to presidency of Nigeria going to the south? Yes. Are we committed to that? Yes. Presidency going to the south? Yes. Presidency going to the south? Yes. Presidency going to the south? Yes. Okay. So don't listen to anybody that tells you everybody from my home. Because people are telling you that. And I'm not doing that. Now the second thing, you've seen Dr. Amechi, you've heard his history, you've listened to his speech. What are you going to do? Who are you supporting now?
Your choice.
You're supporting now, Amana.
Your choice.
I thought you said you're supporting Australia. People say that delegates will never see heaven. Because today you say something, tomorrow you do another thing. You are the delegates. I have only one vote. You are the leaders of the party in Kaduna. Whatever you decide is what we will do. You have a huge budget on you. Choose what is best for Kaduna and Nigeria. So what are you going to do? What is your position today? Mr. Speaker, you want to say something? Come and speak. The Speaker of the State House of Assembly and one of the delegates will speak. Thank you very much. Thank you, my brothers and
So the delegates have now said that Mitch, anyway, that's on the side. Just the same way, right? That Ade Dancer, the dancing senator, you remember him? Well, he's back again. He's the PDP candidate in the coming Osun governorship election. He will be contesting with the incumbent, the Oletola. Oletola, who is the cousin to Tifnumbu, is going for the second term. Now, Ade Dancer is back from America, Maryland, I think, to help the people of Osun. And when it is time for him to tell them what he has for them, for example, Ade Dancer, what do you have for the Osun people? Something you ask any candidate, Abi. So, Ade Dancer, what do you have for the Osun people in this coming election if you become their governor? Listen.
Ade in Osun, you are the one to decide. You shall write it. Ever pay, ever forget. So, by that, I want you to go one day.
There is money. It is fire for fire this time around. And this is not Naira. Forget about Naira. We are talking about dollars, euros, pounds. Just make me your governor. That's it. And you are the ones to decide. Just same way as the kitchen is getting warmer and warmer and hotter and hotter. Even the person that is leading Tifnumbu's campaign in the north, I'm talking about Jibrin, himself don't jump ship in another new party called China NNPP, Abi, what have you? Omo, see Tifnumbu's campaign manager in the north. He don't jump.
Na bar jam'iyyar APC na goma NNPP. Mai girman jaman daga yau za mu fara aiki. Ina tabbatar maka da cewa insha Allah abin da ya kama daga kofa, bebeji, kiru, ƙananan hukumomin nan 16 na Kano ta Kudu, insha Allah, da ni, da Sala Sarano, da Kayan Smaila, da sauransu insha Allah, zan kawo APP wa'annan ƙananan hukumomin.
Just in the field of what is going on. So parliamentarians, are you getting ready? Right. Just a few days ago, many of us received the shocking news of Islamic jihadists who are supposed to be students of Shehu Shagari College of Education in Sokoto. There was this misunderstanding, they said, that started from WhatsApp that eventually led to the gruesome killing of a young woman, a student too. Now, we have seen people who have rose in their defense. And many of these fanatics have shown up on social media praising these killers, these murderers, to the point that they even staged a very violent protest in Sokoto demanding for the release of the killers. Well, that took a new turn as more than 35 lawyers have now filed up ready to defend these killers. Initially, the police that publicly displayed these killers when they were arrested now told us that the killers are probably not Nigerians, they are from the Niger Republic. And they can't even find them. But that was quickly debunked, that indeed 2 people were arrested. 2 guys were arrested. And they were not even students of that place. So what happened was that the students who were supposed to be students of that school invited their fellow other terrorists who are non-students, and they led them into the school to get this young woman killed. So we now have lawyers who are ready to defend them because they believe that they've done nothing wrong. You have read a lot about that. Even the former vice president of Nigeria, who is also the former presidential candidate of PDP, and now he also wants to be the presidential candidate of PDP as well, that tweeted and posted something on social media condemning the acts. And you see these fanatics, they bombarded his pages, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. And they made him realize that he will regret it again for coming after them, for trying to think that he can defend somebody they killed. So somehow, somebody managed to get Atifku to explain himself. So this is what this is what Atifku said, the reason why he deleted his tweets. So that's going to be part of what some of you are going to talk about tonight, because this is why some said, listen, if your religion, if an insult to your religion or your prophet will make you so mad that you actually manage to kill somebody, yeah, maybe you deserve your own country where you can actually do that unchallenged. So Atifku, the coward, against the force of these fanatics, explained himself here.
No, every tweet has to get my approval. Unfortunately, this tweet, because I was traveling all over the country, did not have my approval. So I said it should be taken out, and that every tweet must have my express approval. I am not a person who is afraid to take stand on issues. You know the stand I took on Sharia. I was pelted, I was abused in the north, but then how long did the Sharia last? I told them they were having a political Sharia. And I was vilified. They threw stones at me. There is nothing they did not do. That did not make me change, my position as far as Sharia is concerned. But where is the Sharia today? So the only thing that went wrong with that tweet was that it was not authorized by me, period.
Mm-hmm. So that's his defense for why he deleted his tweets. I mean, you are condemning an act. Why do you have to delete that? I mean, if you have been stoned, you have been pelted, you have been this or that before by this crop of, But there's a lot at stake. Election is coming, and Bokwari is not contesting. So maybe he can just pretend to be somebody that he is not, in order to keep his regular voters in the South. And at the same time, maybe manage to be friends with the fanatics and the rest of them. And at the, you know what I mean? Trying to be clever by half, but got caught in the process. And people now said, oh, that this actually exposed him now. We get to know who he is. So by and large, in the long run, right? It simply means that you are like funked, to put it that way. Whichever way you run to, these guys are going to finish you. Well, if you don't understand what that means, maybe in the words of this police officer, it will mean something better to you, different than,
as a target. I'm dying in Yobe. Here, look at how they burn our team. Look at how many people have died. Nigeria, look into our problem. Nigeria, look into our problem. We are dying. No helper. What are we serving this country for? Why? Nothing. Hungry servicemen. God is there. Thank you.
Do you understand? Just like I told you yesterday during the Sunday sermon, I said when Nigerians will defend the rigged system, the system that makes a police officer to shed tears because he is suffering and he has to take out that frustration on you, the civilians. So it is a system like a domino effect, is collapsing from the top and is going to crumble to the bottom. So when Nigerians protected the same system, when you tell them that, why don't you just let's have a conversation in a way that we can break this hegemony down completely and help the people, save them, give them meaning of life, enough to say, manage your affair according to your own strength, so to say. But you see, small thing, they say, God is there, Sha. God will help us. God will do this or that, which makes, to me, it just makes a mockery of a God. Do you get that? But again, typical Nigerians who will not be able to pay attention to what went wrong. Why are we where we are now? Right? They just take everything to God, which is all right to them, but it never really solves anything, does it? Ask these women. Do you understand? These are people who knows that the economy is hard. It is tough. The husbands don't have jobs to take care of themselves. So they decided to remain single. But somewhere in the night vigil, they are asking God to take them to their husband's house. It doesn't matter. Just make it happen. Typical Nigerian. That's mocking God. You need to have a relationship. Trust that relationship before you can go into marriage. So is that not how it should be? But everything don't scatter. And then you see the merchant of miracles. Since you can't even explain why things are what they are, and since you can't explain, then you take it to God. Then you meet the merchant, miracle merchant. Say, do you want to get married in 2022? Yes, God, I want to get married. So there's nothing God cannot do. God, you know what I mean? Then they manipulate you. They make you mock God. And so many people feel offended when you tell them that they are taking advantage of you. That's why some people said, what you pray for in Nigeria, you know the prayer points in Nigeria? Things you pray for, say, Father, Lord. You know what I mean? When you leave Nigeria, you don't pray for them anymore. I mean, many people are living outside. You know, if you are watching me from Nigeria, what I'm saying right now may be sounding like, Benny, what are you talking about? Do you want to try God? Do you want to? I'm not challenging you. I'm just saying that if you are outside Nigeria, you realize that there are things that, come on, man. You won't go to church and start, come on. Because you understand better that you don't have to. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you can't pray to God about them, okay? You can pray to God about some personal things. But there's no time to do all of that. That is exactly what they have done to us as a people. It is deeper than you can think of. And talking about ideologies that makes you think a country is one, when the country is actually many. This man put something in. And as usual, I just want to share with you before I open the line. Okay, I think my time is up. My half an hour is up. I am going to open the line, which means if you are able to open the what do you call it? Open the link to join us in the studio. Okay. All you have to do is you know, set it up, put your name where it should be, and then join the, you know, join the room. All right. So, and so many of you also probably want to say something about the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's guests. I'm talking about Soludo. Whatever you want to share, you always have the time. There's no phone calls, okay? You just get your device on now, get the link opened, connect yourself, and connect your camera, and then you'll be part of this, so to say, okay? So I want to listen to this quickly. Talking about your one Nigeria, if Nigeria is actually one, and now that we have people who want to possibly tell us that you know, there is a Sharia law that is more important than the secular law, which is normal law of Nigeria. And guess what? Oh, I just remember that I should tell you this, right? Do you know that your fraudulent 1999 constitution, right, actually gave you know, gave power to establishment of Sharia appeal courts in Nigeria. So it's all those Sharia you are hearing in northern Nigeria, in your 1999 constitution, your Sharia is mentioned there for about 30 times or something. Something about Sharia law, about this and that. Some of you don't read them. And then if you probably take your time to study some of these stuffs, right, you will never beat your chest and say, I'm a proud Nigeria, I'm a proud Nigeria. But again, you should be able to make your own choices. It's just that when you make them, you should also remember that you will be responsible for them. So I have some of the parliamentarians already in the studio. I just want to tell you that as you are joining, remember, you need to keep your camera on. And if you are the type that is waiting till the late hour, you know, when it is becoming like 10-15 minutes to go and you want to join, then that will be your fault, okay? You will not be able to, because the last 10 minutes will be for probably the last speaker. It's up to you. The link is right there in the comments.
Prior to 2009, no black had been president in America. But with the election of Barack Obama, blacks in America had a new sense of oneness and belonging. I am not American. I am Nigerian. I am Igbo. Since the end of the civil war in Nigeria, when it was declared no victor, no vanquished, the Igbos have done their best to reunite the country, to reintegrate themselves into Nigeria. Show an Igbo man any space anywhere in Nigeria, he will build a home, he will develop the community, they will build a church, develop the market, bring development, intermarry with the people, learn their language. The Igbos are the one tribe that try in every way possible to unite this country. But why haven't they been given the chance to produce a president? Why not Igbo? Is there another type of racism happening in Nigeria? I thought our anthem says, though tribe or tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Where is the brotherhood? If a man of South or woman of Southeast extraction cannot be president in Nigeria, let there be fairness. Let there be equity. Let there be justice. That is all the Igbos are asking for. This is 2022. As we prepare for elections in 2023, an Igbo person deserves a chance. A man from the Southeast deserves an opportunity. If we must show that truly we are one Nigeria. I love this country. I'm Igbo.
Nigeria president now photo, everybody go snap photo with her. So our president they snap photo with the Bishop of Archbishop of Canterbury. Hey, snap photo with the Rogers. He snap photo with this one. Now president now photo on a vote. Your president is now a picture. Photo. Not be juju be that. Not be when our fathers die for each other and we they care for them, keep them for house, they pour libation. You lose friend and prayer. And say, Moko Buhari boy, you lose Buhari prete. Oro lose that. Do no ruler. Chitombo arebofu.
That's Asari. Yeah. And for those who are probably, still thinking if they have a way out of the current logjam called Nigeria, you see so many of us who knows where this is going to end. Part of what I'm actually, where I left out is also the part where somebody kept messaging me. Hello, Maiyegun. Shebi, you said that Jonathan is going to decamp. Shebi, you said that. I was like, that's your problem. The rumor of Jonathan decamping to APC didn't start from Maiyegun. It wasn't Maiyegun who decided to go and buy 100 million naira form for Goodluck Egbere Jolantan. It wasn't Maiyegun that took Goodluck Egbere Jolantan to go and see Adamu, the APC chairman. And it wasn't Maiyegun who also what? Who also said that Goodluck Egbere Jolantan has registered there with them in Bayelsa as APC chairman. I brought all of this to you to let you know, among other things I always bring back to you, that if you have anything that is left in you that is making you still probably get attached to Nigeria, if you have anything left in your heart that you probably hold dear, somehow hidden, that you are still pretending about, it is about time they are about to shatter them. And if you are smart enough, you will what? You will prevent yourself from experiencing this kind of a shock like Goodluck Egbere Jolantan joining APC. You saw that out there. So this young man or woman, I don't even know, kept messaging me. And I said that, yeah, I know he's in Senegal, he's in Dakar. I just want you to know that it's not true. I said, okay, why are you talking to me? Do I have to prove anything to you than what you have out there? Then on yesterday or so, this young man now messaged me again. I was like, Shebi, you said that they said Jonathan was going to return to Nigeria this weekend. I was like, what the hell? Like, are you that obsessed that you managed to get my personal number? And the only thing you want to actually have to engage with me is you want to prove me right or wrong if Egbere Jolantan is in APC or not. And I'm like, okay, what's the point? Do you want me to prove anything to you at all? You want me to? Okay. Then the next thing was like, I just want you to know that it's not decamping. I was like, okay. So Bashir, the Bokwari's PA on social media, that tweeted and called all of you uninformed, was also Maiyegun. Anyway, shall to cut it short, I'm a block Danu. You may be watching me right now. Okay? I have nothing to prove to you when I talk about your criminal leaders. I've told you many times. What we talk about here is not going to determine who becomes what in either PDP or APC. You know that. But at the same time, what we can do through here can also add to who will not become what or what in any part of Nigeria. That's one area that some of you are not paying attention to. We have no say in who will become their candidate in APC, do we? But does that now stop us from ignoring the obvious, which keeps us so informed, up to date, and enough to say, I'm not surprised whenever it happened. If you manage to get my number, my personal number, you should be sensible enough not to come and try to prove anything with me about your criminal, whatever, anyone you have anything to do with. There are those who will get my number and they will just come in and say, you know what I mean? Maiyegun, I just wanted to explain some things to you about this religion, blah, 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 blah. I want you to go and read chapter, verse, nonsense and all of that. I'm like, who are these people? Because I just want you to know that there are some information you need to know. I don't want you to think you know everything. I am not here to prove anything to you. Do you understand that? I've explained that many times that I am not here, right, to prove anything, right or wrong. If you are smart enough, there's nothing I talk about on MaiyegunsDiary Politico that any of you don't know. What I just do differently is that I go deeper and I bring you along so that whatever you think you know, Maybe if you actually have to know more or deeper, you probably will, kind of make a different decision based on what you know presently. So what am I going to talk where you don't know? What is it that I talk about that you don't know? So don't get my number and come to me and start talking about shit, about nonsense, about things that, you know what I mean? I've been looking for your number. I've been trying to call you. Call me for what? What do you want to tell me? So tell me about my program, what I did last night. You want to explain to me about this, about that. Keep that to a moment like this, okay? Whatever you want to tell me, whatever you want to disagree with me, whatever you feel like I've been wrong about and all of that, the moments like this is the time you can just click that link. You click that link, you bring your face up, and you will face me here. It is called the People's Parliament. There's no point in you trying to, I don't even know how to, I don't reply messages. I barely take calls. So if I manage to respond to your own message, don't come and talk to me about your criminal rogues or anything else that is contrary to whatever I say on my program here. Just keep that for a moment like this. It's always better this way. If you are bold enough, come to the parliament. Open the link. Abi, don't just comment. Open the link. Join us. Come and tell us what we don't know. And we'll listen to you. That's one thing. We will listen to you. So I have those who have already put on their own cameras. So I'm going to bring them on. If you're already on the queue right now, and so I have those who have already put on their own cameras. So I am not going to bring you on. I've got two people who have done what I said we should do. If we are, you know what I mean? And I have two people here already. So let me get their names on. I'm going to add others. And like I said, I have managed to pin the studio link. Okay. So which means you can, one moment, there's something I need to bring up, which is a moment. Let's have that. Grant. So I have Adeola, I have the prince, the priest of peace. So I'm just going to start the conversation. And like we do on the People's Parliament, yeah? What you have to do is that you can pick up anything you want to talk about, okay? And you would have about 5 minutes. You may have an extension, depends on what you're talking about. But the moment I raise my hand like that, yeah, that is me trying to tell you that you should be rounding it up. And within 30 seconds or a minute, and I'm going to say something to stop you in case if you don't get me. Pay attention to this. That's how we run it, okay? I am going to start with Adeola, sir. And then the priest of peace, you are going to go next. So as we welcome more parliamentarians, I would, I'll have them and share the slot as well. So I'll start with Adeola. So how are you, sir?
Baba, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm well. I'm well.
Class. So
It's
you used to
be once again.
Used to be the parliamentarian that always kind of closed the show, but today you are opening it.
Yes,
so,
I have to open it today. It's pretty much the same thing we've been saying. Just want to hail you, say, Baba, you are doing a fantastic job. Keep doing what you're doing. No one can gag you. And if they try to gag you, they'll dissolve eventually. So last week's issues is just a different level of low that we've reached, and I was just broken, coming up to the news of that girl being killed just like that, just burned to death, stoned to death, then burned to death. Is unimaginable, and is a proof that it's not working, and even if you want to have an Igbo extraction, an Igbo president, to what end? To a country that doesn't have, a working or a functional, constitution. So what are they going to work on? At some point, people's eyes abroad will be open, and people's eyes at home will really be open. Do you know what? This way cannot work. The best thing we can do is to have a roundtable discussion on how we're going to split it. imagine how many lawyers, showing up for murderers.
That's right.
Are they meant to? The girl's death, is it meant to instill more fear into us so we will not talk? Many news outlets have been quite mute, radio silence. Even some are probably talking afterwards. It shows that this press is not free. So we have all the evidence, Maiyegun. We have all the evidence. It's not working. It is not working, and it will not work, because saying that the Igbo people, their tribe, is an insult to them. Their nation, they are in millions. The same thing, likewise, the Yorubas, and to other groups as well too. No group is too small to have some form of autonomy. We keep on saying it, no group, no nation in that whole arrangement is too small to have their voice or their own autonomy. If you deny them that, you're denying them life. It's because if you can't express yourself, then why are you living? Why are you living? Might as be good as dead. So if you're telling me, oh, Peter Obi, to what? What will Peter Obi work on? On that fourth line of a broken constitution that no country can have prosperity on?
Where they are now telling us about the religious red line too, which can get you killed. It doesn't matter.
Exactly, because killing someone is to instill fear. That is the outcome of killing someone in broad daylight. Whether you are showing your face, your mask, you have the effrontery to come up and do evil, is to instill fear. It's part of the tricks they are using to instill fear. Why are you killing people? Why are you killing them? If you have a reason, and that's your reason, you want to instill fear that we are superior, our religion is superior. You can't say jack. Whatever you say, even rumors, people have died, Maiyegun, not just Deborah. People have died. Eunice, and even people that were by whispers, unfounded truths. So if people can die before Deborah on cases that are not established, then what's the whole stuff about? What's this stuff about? I was broken that, what? That could have been anybody's child. That could have been your sister. That could have been your colleague. It can be anybody. And if that person, can be maimed, killed, stoned, and not even burnt, whereby there was reports that they could not even retrieve her body. They had to pay a hefty sum. Nobody wanted to transport her. The father had to pay was it 150K?
Yeah.
To move her body.
To get her body.
It is just damn right evil to keep that place called Nigeria. Dissolve it. Let's have, it doesn't have to be brutal. There's no bloodshed. But it's not working. But we have already seen the light. There's a time lag. Nigerians that are living in Nigeria, there's a time lag. They haven't seen the light yet. So maybe at some point, maybe it's poverty or increased social disharmony or decreased prosperity that's going to remove the veil, because the veil at some point will be removed. You cannot sustain such system. You can't keep on telling people lies. You can't keep on promising us water, whatever. At some point, it comes to grinding halt
as well.
So at some point, it comes to grinding halt. See people buying forms, people buying forms in absentia, saying, no, APC and PDP, they can move. They're the same party. Let's forget, say we get APC and PDP. They move. They're very fluid. You don't even know where they are. You don't even know where APC is. Baba, tomorrow you're APC, tomorrow you're PDP. We don't even know where you are. We don't even know where you are. It's confusing. It is confusing.
So, Adeola, thank you very much, sir. Again, I am going to go to the priest of peace. You've made your peace tonight, and we appreciate that, sir. You have a good one. Yeah. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go to Prince of Peace. How are you, sir? Hang on. Where are you? Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can unmute you first. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Now I can hear you too, please. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank God. No complaints around here, but unfortunately, we have been hearing a lot of complaints back home. You see, it's unfortunate that when we see these kind of things going on, if you begin to wonder if there are sensible people, if there are responsible human beings that are in the corridors of power in Nigeria, and when you look at them, you discover there is none. No, not one, not single one of them. Because if these people have our interest, Nigeria would have been one among the equals in the Committee of Nations. It would have been. It is so sad. It is so sad that religion has done a lot of damage. Even myself, I am a priest, but it is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that religion. See, let me tell you something, people.
Yes.
The government, the politicians, they will insult our sensibilities in Nigeria. They will even shift people to kill for their own purpose. And now what the religion authorities will do is to come and tell us that God will protect us. It is not true. It's not like that. It is not like that. Until we come to that point that it is not like that, then we will begin to be like 50% closer to our freedom. That is true. 50% closer to our freedom. It is unthinkable that Wahhabism and Takia will be used on us. For how long? For how long? For how long? How long will this last? It's annoying that our people back home looks like they don't even understand what is going on. When I talk with some people back home, they will be like, it's Nigeria now, what can we do? All of them want to run away from Nigeria. All of them, a lot of, like 90% of people that I talk with back home, they want to leave Nigeria. So you leave Nigeria to who? Where they here, we won't go back. Because here is still not easy for us. Here is not our home. We want a place where we can take responsibility of our political life, economic life, and survive. We have to fight this fight. I tell somebody, say, look, our children will not be able to fight this fight if we lose it. Look at it now. It's the Indomie generation. They cannot fight this fight, though. If we are not able to bridge this gap now, we have lost it completely. But I pray always, like, look, all the ethnic nationalities, it is time to rise up. When people say, let's pray for Nigeria, I will switch off. I will switch everything that is in me. I cannot pray. Who is Nigeria? Who is the Nigeria? What is Nigeria? This one, we are all seeing, and they are justifying it. No, my brother, it is not. It is not human. It is not human at all. And it is time for us to say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. All this kindness, all this blood sharing, it is rising up. And when it rises up, when it is time for the chain reaction to begin to happen, none of them will have no place to hide. Even those Wahhabism, their imams and everything, they will have no place to hide. But all we are saying, let every ethnic nationality come to the table of brotherhood and say, how do we want to live in this country?
God bless you.
They are talking about Peter Obi. Good, nice man. He did good in Anambra. Anambra is not Nigeria, in quote. If nobody can make it work in Nigeria, as far as that entity, that thing that that bind us together, that constitution, as far as it is still workable, it is. As long as he will fail. He will fail 101%. So the only purpose, sorry, my brother, let me round up. The only way is to sit down at the table of brotherhood. And that is one thing you are doing that I like. You are sensitizing your people. Nnamdi Kanu has sensitized the Igbos. Unfortunately, the only person that has talked about sensitizing the middle belt, they killed him. I said something on your platform last time. I was talking with him. In fact, I was almost meeting him while I was back home. And 2 days after the man died. Obadiah Malafia. He was planning something. He was planning for a huge middle belt seat, that is shutting down of middle belt for 1 week. All the Christians in middle belt, because they have suffered too much. It is time for every ethnic nationality to do what? To come together at the table of brotherhood and say, how do we want to live together if we really want to live as Nigerians?
There should be some terms and conditions. There should be some respect that we can cross. Just like these people are telling us that there is a religion red line that we can't cross. So what about us? What about others who are still there and we want to come to the country? It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So thank you so much for your time. We will keep praying for all ethnicities. That is my point of prayer. All of them should open their mind. That God will open their mind to have the courage to say enough, enough, and stop listening to these politicians. They are all, I don't want to call them names, but they have failed us. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Good one, sir. Yeah, keep watching. So now we have to share our slots again, because the first two were those, I managed to share slots with. So now I'm going to do it this way. Sir Anthony, Unwa Mara, you are going to go first, and then I'm going to go to Jude. After Jude, I'm going to go to Educator Freak. My man. Then after that, I'm going to go to Davis Ogbodu, sir. So you see how we're sharing it, yeah? The moment our Educator Freak is talking, you know you are next. And to you, sir, Educator Freak, as usual, the moment Sir Jude is talking, you know you are next afterward. And then just as I go back to Sir Anthony, sir, over to you. I will mute. Oh, you've done that already. Go for it, sir.
Good afternoon from here in the US. My name is... first and foremost, yesterday when I saw General, taking people in, and I've been desiring to very, very much. You blush, even if you blush, there's no problem. But anything is one problem we have as Black people in the Shoji, we are evil. We'll find it difficult to appreciate our own. And sometimes when we do it hypocritically. When you are doing it, you're not doing it sincerely to ginger that opinion. You do it with a ploy to look for out to get to that person, get your own. That's exactly what is killing Nigeria today. Back to what's
like selfishness. Go on, sir. Huh? I said pretty much like about selfishness. Go on, sir.
Yes, if not me, and that is why the nation can never move forward. Right now, my advice or my counsel, I can't say advice, my counsel to the political elites is that instead of 2023, they should do a referendum for every to come together. Let's see how we can again discuss this Nigeria something on a round table. Anything outside this is null and void. It's unacceptable. However, you are doing a great job. Very, very beautiful job like you're doing, like Samonepa is doing. You're doing a great job. I take time to listen to you. Whenever I come back from work, sometimes I don't have time to come on. But this time around, I want to really applaud you. Do not be discouraged. There might be challenges. There might be challenges, especially on the monetary aspect. Our people don't know how to handle money. That is one problem that a lot of people don't know how to do. You give them money to handle, they want to abuse it. They will be just like that. Some of them do in IPP. People contribute money, they chop it. Instead of using that money, like Nnamdi Kanu did during his own time, some people are just chopping the money. Do not chop the money that our Yoruba brothers, where they contribute, they give you for purpose, my brother. Make a token for
very, very important.
Very, very important. Every kobo that people contribute is important, please. Stick to it. Don't be tempted. Don't allow people to skew you into waiting. This is our time. No, all those things don't profit.
Thank you.
The reason why overseas is better is that somebody want to sacrifice for another person to build on. Our own is we go in there, we want to chop and cover the road. Nobody goes up. And that's why we keep being at the bottom of the ladder. Back to that brings me to Deborah. Do you know that lady, I even had a video where another lady was beaten. That is a female hostel. That's a female hostel. Men now went into female hostel to drag these ladies out. There was another lady that was dragged out too from that same hostel. Now, the issue is, if you talk of enlightenment, even the Islamic scholars, they can't even interpret their own Quran very well. They can't. Some of them are saying that blasphemy is not death is not a penalty for it. Then where did Nigerians get their own? I've watched so many Islamic scholars from foreign countries talk about that blasphemy does not warrant you taking the laws into your hand to stone somebody to death. Where did Nigerian Muslims get their own to go to carry a lady? I wept. I'm telling you, I'm so passionate. Sometimes when I see some of these things, it makes me cry. You know, stoning the girl, you know. Yes?
Please go on. Yeah, go on, sir. We're having trouble with the connection, but we are managing it so far. Go on, sir.
Oh, on my own end, from my own end?
Yeah, somehow it's kind of crackling and all that, but please go on. I can hear you loud and clear now.
So, you know, when I saw that incident, now this is where it becomes so funny. This happened in a school, an institution. These are the people you call leaders of tomorrow.
That's right.
These are people who were looking up to become the Minister of Education. These are the people who are looking up to become Minister of Justice, Attorney General, or whatever you call them. These are the people who will become finance ministers in the same school where you are to get knowledge that will help you absorb, that will help you embrace other values of other people. The diversity of other people is an institution, but rather you decided on your own to take the laws into your hand, to go to somebody. There was no proof. The only challenge or issue you see in what the person said is that this forum is not meant for religious activity. This forum is meant to educate, to inform people, classmates. You don't use it for religious activities. That was all. He said it's blasphemy. And it's unfortunate that even our news media, the so-called channel, the so-called Arise, all these people, they don't take their time to get out facts. Probably, I don't know whether they're brown envelope journalists anyway. They don't take out their time to get to the details of all these things so that they disseminate good information. Nigeria is lacking in this area. Anything you see on Nigerian news media is deceit. Believe you me, it's deceit. I can concretely tell you that. They don't give accurate information. They give false narrative in everything. So, my brother, in a nutshell, let me give it a chance. Keep doing what you are doing. But before I round up, I want to encourage you, if it's possible for you to link up with Simon Ekpa, if it's possible, so that we can build a formidable front. Deborah's death is a slap. It's like a joke now. It's that started in Benue. Killing started in Benue, so it was a joke. This thing they did to Deborah, they will carry it up further down to the south, and nothing will happen. If nothing is done now, I rest my case. God bless you.
And thanks for that as well. Yeah, it's a pleasure having you tonight and afternoon over there. So I'm gonna go to our next parliamentarian, and that would be Sir Jude. Sir, is that up to, is that you? You can unmute if you can. I'll do. Okay, do it.
Okay,
yeah.
I did already.
How are you, sir?
Hello, my fellow brethren in the Temple of Truth.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
We are very good. It's good to see you.
I know you can. I know Maiyegun can put a face to the name Jude now.
Finally, exactly.
Sorry, I have not been able to groom this morning. Anyway, actually, I don't even know where to start. My heart bleeds every time I see and hear what is going on in Nigeria. I don't even call it our country anymore. In Nigeria, It's very painful. It's so sad. Every day we see it's like the situation in Nigeria has come up to the level that every other tribe or nationality in that country, except these Fulanese and the politicians, have that sense of feeling totally conquered, that they can't do anything. Every day they keep slapping us. These people keep slapping us on our face. The Fulanese, the Hausa Fulani, the Fulanese, they keep slapping us on our face because their brothers and sisters, they are occupying all the positions in Nigeria, all the major positions in Nigeria. They feel we can't do nothing to them. And in fact, the painful aspect is the impunity with which they do all this. And they feel that nobody can talk to them, nobody can do them anything. And as a matter of fact, it is so. It is so. Let's call a spade a spade. The people they say they have arrested for killing this innocent girl, trust me now, nothing is going to happen to them. The so-called arrest they are telling us is just for the world to feel that, oh, they are doing something. Trust me, nothing is going to happen to them. Every day they keep slapping us on our face because of our own politicians who have refused to protect our interests, who have refused to do anything but to only go there in Abuja, collect money, and protect their own self-interest. All these things have been going on and on. It's just that this one the killing of this girl should still serve as an eye-opener to the Westerners, to the Yorubas, the Igbos, and other ethnic nationalities. Otherwise, it's been going on. A few years ago, they closed all the border, right?
Yeah.
Except and opened the one in the north. Did anybody?
And the southern politician never even kick. They never did anything. It just passed, and that passed like that.
That is even the time I was even expecting governors in the south, the Yoruba governors, the Igbo governors, all the people that say they are protecting our interests, so to say, wait a minute, Mr. President, if you are closing all the borders, let all the borders in Nigeria be shut up. Why would you shut down the borders at Idiroko, the borders in the south, and then you throw open the borders in the north? And that is where all this, during that period, was when most of these,
terrorists,
mercenaries
were
coming in, trooping in.
Unchecked.
Trooping in unchecked. They tell us during the pandemic, no movement, but you see Dangote trailer carrying all these mercenaries all over, scattering them, taking them to the west.
God will bless your memory, Sajud. Go on.
Carrying them all over. And I keep saying this, I say, Jesus, what is going on? Why have our politicians kept quiet? What has happened to them? Can't they see this evil that is coming up? These people have been scattered all over our forests, all over every cities, every villages. That was the time all these people are scattered. And they were also carrying arms along.
Yes.
And our politicians did not talk. Yeah? You go to the south, to the north, they will be destroyed. I don't drink beer. But then you go over there, our Igbo and Yoruba brothers and sisters and other ethnic nationalities that live in that side and doing business, and some that are selling beer, they'll be destroying their beer with impunity. But when they come to the south, the same south, the money they realize from VAT, from the selling of this beer, they will enjoy it. They'll take it to Abuja and they'll give them larger portion of it. And they'll be enjoying it. They won't say it's money from beer. We don't drink beer. Since we don't drink beer, we are not going to take this money. They won't tell you that.
We don't want to touch it.
They are drawing, they say there's a religious red line that they are drawing. Why have we not fulfilled our own? We can also draw our own religious red line.
God will help me bless you, Sir Jude. I wish
religious red line. When are we going to draw our own religious red line? One of our religious red line should be that no cattle should walk on the streets of the south, anywhere in the south. Okay.
So one of the things people say, sir. One of the things people say. They said, if it is right for them,
why would it be right
why is it wrong for us? Why is it wrong for us?
And then, by the way, according to Chino Achebe, he said when a man comes into my house, I can't remember the exact quotation now, and defecate on the floor, what do? Do I leave him? No. He said, I will take a stick and break his head. He said, for that is what a man does. These people, these Fulanese are not even Nigerians. Let them go and read our history. These people were not, they are not indigenous people of Nigeria. Now they came to Nigeria, they are conquered, they are putting all this shit in our eyes, in our mouths, and we are absorbing it because of our useless politicians that are fighting for their selfish interests. They don't want to protect, they don't want to look for the general interest of the people that have sent them there. In fact, those are even our major problem. Those are our major problem. Because it is the rat that is in the house that goes outside to tell the one outside that there is food in the house. Without our politicians, these idiots cannot be doing these things to us.
Or get away with them.
How can I feel in my country and I'm the one bringing the resources on which the country is standing, and I'm feeling so conquered and enslaved?
Powerless.
I'm powerless. And people say it's okay. It's not okay. Our people should wake up. This thing should serve as an eye-opener. Atiku came out. 1 minute, please. Atiku came out and made a statement. People should listen to this. Made a statement because he found out that, his political destiny is at stake.
Yes.
Because of the statement, the counter statement that was made from people in the north, he went and retracted. Now that should be a good lesson to our people that all these politicians, none of them have the interests of Nigerians in their heart. Because if somebody like Atiku cannot stand on his words and condemn what is outrightly right and wrong, then how can such a person be entrusted with leadership of a country of over 200 million? Somebody who cannot stand on what he believes is right. Such a person is not fit to live, to be a leader. And it's not only him. Many of all these psychophants that are parading as leaders in Nigeria, all of them are like that. So whenever they make statement, trust me, that statement is not made to empathize with the bereaved or anything. They are making it for their political convenience.
Just for the photo op. Sir Jude,
that is it.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, thank you, my brother. Thank you, everybody.
You know what people told me? You know what people say? You know what people told me? They said, Maiyegun, we need to be having the People's Parliament at least once a week. And I said, that's true, but we can have more of Mr. Sir Jude. But again, sir, you are a star. Thank you.
Thank you, my brothers. Thank you. I appreciate your effort. God bless you.
Yes, sir. So I'm now going to go to Educator Freak. Then I'm going to go to Davis. Then our lady ma, I will come back to you. Yes, the first lot. Or would you guys love to be gentlemen? I don't like doing this, but maybe I do this all the time.
Let the ladies go first.
Let the lady go first. Just be gentlemen. I mean,
let the ladies go first.
In fact, the lady has unmuted herself and ready to go even before we got the permission. So, guys have nodded yes, ma. How are you, ma? Sorry, I will do that. Don't worry. I will mute you. Hello,
okay. Hello, good evening. Hi, everyone. And thanks, guys, for letting me have the slots for now. Thank you so very much. Maiyegun, there's no time for long thing anymore. I mean, even the blind and the deaf can see that it's gone. It can't work anymore. I mean, with what happened last Thursday, it's a huge sign for us to know that we can't work together anymore. I mean, nobody on this earth deserves to go in that manner. No. I mean, what could she have said? And she never even said anything insulting to anyone or the prophet. But look at the treatment that they melted on that poor child. Only God knows what our parents will be going through now. I mean, this is so sad. And they even had the audacity to put it on social media.
They did.
What are they telling us? That this thing is coming down to us. We are thinking it's only happening in the north. Maiyegun, this thing is going to come down to us. Because I think a few days ago, they said it happened somewhere in Lekki as well. Over 100 naira. An Okada man killed a guy. A family man. 100 naira. Maiyegun, 100 naira. Got that guy killed. That means it's in the south already. It's here already. Listen, I know this wasn't what we all hoped for. We wish the country could have worked. We wish we could have integrated and be one, which would have been an added advantage to us all. But as you can see, we are not the same people. And there's no need in us forcing each other to be one anymore. And you see all these our politicians that are trying to push us to see be one. I think it is high time we start deleting them themselves. We need to start giving them the kind of training that they gave that poor child, for them to know how it feels like, because they are all parents, but everybody is turning a blind. Nobody is even saying anything. No one, the ones that are coming out, they're trying to be politically correct. I mean, who can justify what happened to that child? Who can?
I mean, no parent will not feel it to their stomach.
This wasn't something that they said, did you hear what happened? We saw it live and direct. She was even running for her life. They couldn't even take pictures. Okay, it's enough. Let's leave her and let her go. Over what? Stop putting stuff on our school WhatsApp. This is meant to be educational something. And she got killed for it, so that nobody can say anything. Everybody started choo. Even some of the imams down south were justifying this evil as well.
Sadly so, ma.
It's so sad, Maiyegun.
You know that there's this clip I actually thought I was going to share with everyone tonight, ma. That clip is from a Yoruba lady, yeah? And she was talking about the killing. And she was saying it in Yoruba, ma, that nobody should insult our prophet, stuff like that. If you insult our prophet, what will happen is that we'll kill you. I wish I had that. Yeah, I would have shared that with you, but it's already with us in the South. This mentality is also crippling in a little by a little. And people like
my Lord,
and every other person who is watching, who knows that this is so alien, strange to us, should never encourage such, ever.
We shouldn't allow this in South, because we all grew up together in South. We grew up. It was when I got to Europe that I got to know that we were different people in Yoruba land. Both the Christians, the Muslims, the traditionalists, we all lived as one. We have every one of us in every family.
Yes.
It was when I got to started knowing that Yoruba Christian or Yoruba man, I was like, I never grew up with all this. But then now they've shown it to us that we are different. That is quite all right. That's what makes us humans unique, because we will be different human beings. Yes. We can actually be good neighbors, but we should not be forced to be together. We cannot be. It can't be. It can't.
No.
I mean, these people that they're even killing somebody over, this guy has been there for God knows how many years now.
Thousands of years ago. I mean,
things have changed. Things that used to happen in those days are not happening anymore. Everything has changed in the whole world. Why can't they just change their mentality, for crying out loud? When it is time for them to attack their politicians, they don't do that. But when it is time for them to fight for a prophet, you see them like vampires. These guys are bloodsuckers, Maiyegun. We are not one. We are not one, and it's not quarreling, really. We can actually go peacefully without any wahala. But it seems as if they are ready to lynch anybody. And I think us downside that our ears are wide open now. We should be working with 4 ears, both front and back, and be battle ready.
Yes.
Because we never ever allow them to overrun us in our own land.
They can't. It won't happen.
It happened on Thursday, and another one happened a few days later, over 100 naira. Maiyegun, it is well.
Thank you, ma.
But enough is enough. Yoruba nation, this very year, by the special grace of God Almighty, it is this very year. We are not having it anymore. It's enough. In fact, this now gives us enough evidence that it is time for everybody to go their own separate ways. Let's kiss each other goodbye and go in peace.
Yeah? You know where you are.
That's
so
just
right.
it, Maiyegun. Thank you so very much.
Can you hear me?
And thanks, guys.
Oh shit! Can you hear me? Can you still hear me? By the way,
yeah, I can hear you now. I said thank you so very much, and thanks, guys, for allowing me to go first now. Thank you. Good night.
Yes, ma'am. Bye bye. So where she was so right is that the moment that happened, many people are beginning to say, "Oh, why are we still together?" Like people who are pretty much not, in tune with the idea of let's break up. So people are beginning to say that now, like, this thing doesn't make any sense. No wonder it's not working. This, it is true that incident like this will continue to convince you, even if you don't believe that Nigeria will break. The incident like this will continue to happen, and you will continue to inch towards that side and say, when are you going to say enough? I'm going to go back to the educator freak. Sir, here you
Hello,
go.
Maiyegun. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Good evening, and good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Maiyegun, well done as usual. Well done. Keep doing what you know how to do best.
Thanks, sir.
And I would like to say this. It's something I always say. When I watched this video of the lady, it's really painful. What amazed me was people can come out and stone an innocent, harmless girl with no weapons. Now, but Boko Haram or kidnappers, they've been coming to take their mothers, take their child, take their women, and they have not ran after them the way they did to that lady. It's so amazing and annoying. So they have this kind of energy to stone someone, but they can't fight back the Boko Harams or the kidnappers. So they can negotiate with their own kidnappers and they can kill an innocent girl.
You know what
That's
they said? You know what they said? They said the reason why they can't fight them is because the Boko Haram is doing exactly what they would do if they have the opportunity of carrying the guns. So before they carry guns, they can stone. That's why they will never fight Boko Haram. In fact, you are not meant to fight Boko Haram if you are a true Muslim. Can you believe that?
By their religion, right?
Yeah. You
now,
are not meant to fight them.
In a school setting, in a school setting, I know about Sharia law and all of that. In any legal system, if that girl does not belong to that group of people, like a Muslim, I don't think Sharia law should even kick against her. And even if he's going to kick against her, there should be a process. So if a school can behave like that, I wonder what the illiterate will do on the street. It's so annoying that this kind of things can happen in a school setting where we believe that they should have learned the principles of law and the principles of dealing with issues. And these are the kind of people, like Mr. Anthony said, these are the kind of people who will be sitting in helms of affair to run the country. It's pathetic. Now, that's not number one for that issue. Number two, we are talking about election. And this election thing is becoming very scary when we merge it up with religion. In my own platform, I always talk about keeping culture. Now, this religion that we are talking about, we don't practice both religion properly in Africa, most especially in Nigeria. Because if we do practice this religion, these two religion in Africa properly, things like this won't happen. Because we have fanatics. I will say we have fanatics.
We do.
Okay? Because these religions are not ours. They were given to us. So we are not even doing it like the people who gave it to us. Either Christians or Muslim. We are not doing it properly. And I always say to people, what happened to our own traditional religion? What happened to it? Because if Chinese have been the one to colonize us in the past, I'm telling you, some people will be fighting and preaching and praising the Chinese gods. But because the people who colonize us brought Christianity on one part and brought Islam on another side, and we are just taking it the wrong way. So where are we bringing in our own traditional? Because some people said, "Oh, our traditional thing is dirty." They call it juju, and everybody just accept it. But in Brazil, they worship Odudua. They have beautiful temples.
Have you seen that new Netflix, Bigger Than Africa, Yoruba? Have you seen it?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard about it.
Please. If you're a Yoruba man who actually want to feel good more about who are you, you need to go and see that, sir. Honestly speaking. Go on.
Okay. So my own is they came telling us our juju is this, our thing is juju, is this, and we just believe it. Now, let me use that as an example. Even our food those days, they said our food is it's not well processed, it's not well kept, it's dirty and all of that. But everybody is going organic now. Everyone is going organic. Okay. Now people are now, buying into, before when you eat bitter cola, people said, oh, you're being fetish for eating bitter cola. But until a white person came and gave us a documentary about the nutrients, the power, in bitter cola, everybody start driving into buying or having or eating bitter cola. Until someone will come and tell us that the things they took away from us has power. What happened to our artifacts? If those artifacts has no power, has no value, the Western world will be stealing all our artifacts away from us.
No.
But they come to tell us it's dirty. But they have our bones all over Europe. How many did Germans return the other day? A lot. So until we Africans begin to come back to who we are, African as a whole will not move forward.
No.
Until we Africans come up with our own democratic system. Because the democracy they gave us is not even working for us. We had election here about 2 weeks ago. I was almost doing a video, but because the people who there, I don't want them to be seen in the video.
Yeah, like
because they wouldn't have wanted. We had election here, the local one, a few weeks ago. That's the way election goes. Very peaceful. But then in Nigeria, it's like election is like a war.
It is.
Voting is like it's a do or die thing. I don't understand what is going on in that part of the world. And every now and then you see them flying into Europe, coming here to spend holiday, to study, and they cannot pick how democracy should be. Now we are talking about sitting on the round table, dialogue or referendum. Do you think the referendum is going to take place? No. Referendum is not going to take place in Africa, most especially in Nigeria. Because the Northerners, they don't want to give away power. They don't. They believe the power belongs to them. That's their belief. So even if you say, let's sit and do referendum, they won't allow. And like I said to you the last time, I said, the result of this election is already out. Look at what happened now. After a lot of people have bought the form, they now said, I think I sent you the link. He said, if you have bought the form and you're still sitting in any of these offices, you need to resign. So that's to destroy the unity of the Southerners. How many Northerners do you see coming out? Like the way the people from the East and the people from the South are coming to show themselves out like they want to be president. Even in that party, 23 people already wanting to be president. 23. That's 2.3 billion.
Thank you so much for what we have, we have shared with us tonight. Go on.
Yeah, Maiyegun, quickly before I go, I know I haven't really give you a picture of me. My name is Ayua, but I talk about educator. I'm from Warri. I'm an Ishekiri. I know you. I remember you saying something about, is anybody from that end? I'm an Ishekiri man. So I'm from Delta State. Now the final one, we have Nnamdi talking about the Eastern people. We have you talking about the Yoruba nation.
The West.
What about us? Where are we going to be if everything goes apart? So that's a question for you that I want you to answer if I hang off from this.
I will figure that out because, that's something I can actually answer while you are here, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
If all of us understand the concept of a referendum, it is not going to be the North that will give us referendum. Now us, go get them ourselves, but we need to want it first. But the referendum that we are talking about is even going to start from all of us in the South, in parts. Anyone who wants to participate in that, okay? So when people say, where do we belong to? Are we going to be part of Biafra? Or are we going to be part of the Oduduwa nation and all of that? Referendum does that. It gives everybody, all the ethnic and nationalities that are currently in the South, referendum gives them the choice to say, can we be part of it? And if we have to be part of it to form a country, what will be our own terms and conditions in that? All of these things are going to be part of the referendum conversation. So in the long run, yeah, when there were people in worry, when they participate in the referendum, everybody will choose where they want to belong to. It will be by that choice, something Nigeria is not letting us have. You remember? If to say Nigeria, all the ethnic nationalities right now, to come together and say, okay, now this is Nigeria, this, okay, you. Do you want us to continue as a country? And if we have to continue, what are the terms and conditions that serves this, that serves that person? Around that time, the Biafrans may just do their own referendum and say, no, we don't want to be part of that big, larger Nigeria. No, we don't want to. The result of that referendum is what will represent Biafrans there. And around that time, that result will also show who are the Biafrans. You know what I mean? We all know that Biafrans is not just the Igbos. We know that. Yeah?
Yeah.
But there are people who are saying, no, we are not Biafrans. We are, you know. Referendum gives an opportunity for the people to decide where they want to be and why. Do you get that now? To have a Nigeria, it should have been through referendum. You know what I mean? Starting with the constitution, where the interest of all the ethnic nationalities, is covered in that constitution. So you from Warri, you can quote a part of that constitution that represents you. Me from Ijebu, I can quote a part of the law of that. If we had a referendum that actually indeed brought us together, but we never had that. So to cut it short, sir, when the time comes, when people knows better, and people
finally, Maiyegun, before I leave,
all right,
on this platform, we know election is taking place. Whether we like it or not, the way it's going is going to take place, whether bloody or peaceful or whatever.
However,
on our platform, who is it allowed? Is it allowed by you or by the group or by the house? Who can we then campaign for by your own standard?
Somebody we are going to campaign for. And I'm glad that you asked me. And it's a very straightforward answer, sir. If we have been a regular on the, in the Temple of Truth, we have just one candidate if they hold their election. And that one candidate is called Boycotts. It's also part of. Do you get that? If a group of people says we need to discuss this union before we go for an election, because we see the process of the election is so rigged that participating in it, like you said, they will do it all. But do you know that boycotting an election is also part of an election? Some said they won't count people who didn't vote. But if the number of people who didn't participate in an election is so magnitude, it's so huge, they will count it, my brother, sir. So our candidate in 2023 is Boycotts. And if you have to campaign,
I like that.
If you have to campaign, if they ask you, you are saying don't vote for Atiku, don't vote PDP, don't vote APC, don't do this and that. Who should we vote for? Boycotts for president, boycotts for governor, boycott for senator, boycott for assembly, boycott, and that too is part of an election. And that's what we have to promote. That's our candidate, sir. Hopefully.
Thank you very much, Maiyegun. May the good Lord continue to protect you.
Amen.
And grant you the strength.
And you too. Thank you very much for participating.
Bye to everyone now.
That's
great.
Thank
you very much for this time.
Stay safe, sir. Let me go to Davis. He's been so quiet, relaxed, composed, and all of us can't wait to hear from you, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Maiyegun. Thank you very much. I cannot say much about you. I know before now, all credit goes to you. You have been doing a lot. So that one, I don't have to doubt that. Everybody knows, and you know too. God will continue to bless you, bless your family, for giving you the time to share with us this wisdom and to enlighten us about contraception Nigeria. You know, we live in diaspora, we don't know much, but through you, we have now be aware of a lot of things going on.
Yes, you.
So I'm not
you know
spending
what
more time.
Well, sir, you know the advantage, eh? We all learn from ourselves. I can sit down here and be listening to somebody and I'll be like, wow, this person should be presenting, not me. But you know what? It's also part of it. So thank you for all you do too, Baba.
Thank you very much. You are welcome, Maiyegun. I don't have time. I don't really have to take much of your time. I just want to break it down in some few points and we should just reason together.
Please.
So Nigeria is a no-go. Just forget it. It's dead. It's finished. Not until they push us. There is a point that we will get to. The people will have to now speak for themselves. So one, what we understand about Nigeria? One, they use fear, whereby they now use the army and the police to put fear in the citizens' life. That is one. Then two, you will now go back to the strategical political scammers.
The chancellors.
When you think, they have a group of people. They're in a room, or I don't know, they position them to strategically scam people with some fanatics, some words, just to carry the people away, which now lead to memory breaking. So they break the citizens' memory. So people, they don't keep memories of things. So for example, this just happen in Nigeria and go. This happen and go without accountability, without justice. Okay, now we are talking about parties primary. Deborah came in. Deborah has distracted the party primaries now. So we are not talking about Deborah now. Just give it in a few days. Another thing will happen. Deborah will wipe away. Nobody will talk about Deborah.
We are talking about again. Hey, it don't happen again. Oh, hey, Nigeria, this country. Hey, what is going on? 2 days, 3 days. Everybody go back to the default.
Dealing with your memory. You don't have memory. That is why we don't have history. You can see they don't teach history in the school. We don't have history. So they play with your memory. You cannot keep it long. Before you keep it long, something new will come. If it is not hunger, so hunger is a normal thing. So now they have also, this is their strategy. And the other one is religion. They just use that one to like confuse. Use this one's head to hit this one. Use the other one head to hit the other one. So they use religion to cement and concrete the whole thing. So now the people are confused about the religion. How can you be fighting for God? Why can't you allow your God to fight for himself?
Well, I wonder
if your God is effective, strong, allow him to fight for himself now. It's not God. You call him God, huh? So you see this. I don't want to go much on that. Then the thing we need is not democracy. For my own reasoning, I've come to conclude that we don't need democracy because it's not working for us.
No.
They should also think about something Africanish, something African. Why don't you think of juju-crazy? Or even voodoo, or even voodoo crazy.
Go for it.
Or even voodoo crazy. Whereby after making this, or before the election or after the election, according to JJ Rawlings, they will come and swear with the juju that you will not scam, you will not steal, you will execute your project, you will all you have promised the people that you will do it. Come and swear with juju. That is why it's called juju crazy or voodoo crazy. After you
go know what you want jump into before you jump. You know, go jump again and say, "Oh, no, tell me, say, you know."
You are the one that voiced it. You campaign. You say you will do this, you will do that. You have promised heaven and earth. Okay, now you have not gained the office. Come and swear before you resume the office. I think they should be using that because election is.
You don't want swearing in. Come, we'll swear for you. You won't be governor. Yeah,
exactly. We'll swear for you. If you see the whole thing, they are playing with our brains. The citizen, their brains is dumb and it's dead already. So you see, they have people they bunk in one room, strategically playing with people's brain. Things come and go without keeping the memories, without dealing it from the grassroots. There is nothing that has been dealt with. Anything that happens is not dealt with. It just wave in the air and go. New one will come. Things just so at the end effect, you see, there's nothing working. This is why the politicians, they go away with everything. How can you take millions of dollars, even billions of dollars, go to European countries and bank it and buy houses and nobody talks about it? After 4 years or 8 years, it's finished. So
then you start the cycle again. You start looking for somebody else and say, maybe this one will fix some. Oh, yeah, let's go again. That one's too. Rob you.
So in all this, the people just have to say we are tired. which is the citizen. This ship they are leading. You are leading a ship since 1960 when we got the independence, and the ship is still somewhere. No, although they are still where they are. They don't go nowhere. They are not moving forward. They are not moving backward. They are just there. I mean, this ship has to decide. We're not they go from. We're not they come back. Where are we going?
You get
Let's just sit down and recalculate
things. You don't go backward. You dey inside them. They wind down the window. They say, wait till they worry you, Baba. Sometimes you go decide now. You go say, man, I don't go from. I don't go back. Better not come down from this car.
And the meta.
And that's what we're all doing now.
This is meta. I mean, we are living in 2022, Maiyegun, 2022, where Europe have even making goals that in the next 2050, that 50% of their cars in the streets will be electric. And
Baba, you said you overstretch use Elon Musk, small time now, me and you, we feel go they do vacation for Mars. So once they give us price of tickets now, we go just go there, we don't come back. Say, well, Maiyegun, we not see you for 2 days. Where you did? I say, I had a vacation. And now it is them that same sky, that the rocket is going to. Now there, some people gather for a place. Jehovah, take me to my husband's house.
I saw you have seen it today. I saw it in the morning.
It's sad.
Carry me, they go anywhere my husband.
Carry me, they go. Jehovah, carry me, they go. My husband's house. People they go more. People they go mass. So soon now
they say heaven day, heaven day there. Allah day there. God day there.
I don't want to offend anybody. I just know say if they sell the tickets, say me will go enter the Elon Musk this thing. I go broadcast from there. I see you. I don't day here. All of you now. I don't see heaven here. Oh, Baba, if you get money, come check them out. Oh, from here. And prayer the answer. Because they've made people to mock God. They created an image to say, he can resolve this, he can resolve that. Just pray for us to give us, so that God will give us brain to fix your problem. It doesn't make sense.
And these people, they travel to a place where they don't even talk about God. And things are working fine. I mean, we are living there now. You are in Scotland. I'm in Austria.
Yes.
Sorry that I didn't introduce myself. My name is Davis Obodu Julie. I'm live from Austria, Vienna. So, I mean, we are in Europe. Things are working without calling God. Things are just working. Even sometimes they just sit down and destroy a very motorable road. They will destroy it and reconstruct it again. They will tell you it's no longer it's an old faction. They just want to rearrange it. And sometimes we imagine if we have such a road in Nigeria, I mean, we'll be happy. And you are just destroying.
And you are destroying
so
road. With two people. Why not they destroy this road? If you package them, if we buy them, take them to my village, can I buy this road before you destroy them? And it's true, maintenance, something that makes you feel like you are living. And they denied us that back there. How can we continue that way? How?
So with this viewpoint of mine, I hope you guys just don't forget what I said. Memory breaker, they break the memories. They use religion, they use fear, whereby army and police. And they have some group of people, strategically political scammers. They don't let nothing stay. Immediately it happens. They make sure that new thing happen so that the hold on the border will be wiped away in a few days. Just go and write it down. They will not be talking about them. Party primaries has been in a way blocked now. The borders has covered it up. After the borders will just wipe, new thing will just come. And these so-called people stoning people to death. So you could not stone your politician that have been promising you heaven ahead to death. You could not do nothing to your politician, do nothing to Boko Haram, according to Brother Jude, what he said before. You could not do someone that rape your wife, your children, and do all sorts of haram, like according to their religion, haram. It's haram, it's a sin. Did a lot, even kill your farmers. You could not stone them to death. Somebody said, I passed the exam because of Jesus. Now, Jesus, only that you said is blasphemy. Like, now Jesus make me pass exam. What is wrong with that? She said she didn't even kiss somebody. She didn't do nothing. Just even on social media.
You know what they said? She said her last word. Do you know her last word? They said when they are stoning her, she said, what are you people going to gain?
Exactly. From
all these things you are doing. They didn't stop. She was asking them, after pleading and begging, when it was at that last stage, she said, What are you people going to gain doing this? And they set up, please.
So, Maiyegun, I've end my comment, and that is where my contribution just stopped.
Thank you so much.
I give my brother another chance to speak, and that is just it. Nigeria is a deal. It's done. It's done.
Thank you so much. David Zuba, you are a star too, a parliamentarian of class. Thank you. So what I'm going to do next is that we are going to go to Elder Theophilus Onijide. After you, I am going to go to Nasi. I don't know if I pronounce that right, or is it Naski? I don't know. Oh, Baba, you will help me when I get to you, okay? And I also have, not that person on the line who is joining us as well, Oriyomi Abdul. So I saw African Wahala earlier. He jumped, probably bailed on me. I also saw Omoba, that's a princess earlier. She also bailed on me. But here I am, as you have some parliamentarian to keep the last part of the charts alive. So, Sir Theophilus, sir, over to you. How are you?
Maiyegun, I'm fine, thank
Sir?
you. I'm fine, thank you, Uncle.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, okay, sir.
Mo mi kanle. Mo kọ́kọ́ mi kanle. Jẹ́ n bá wọn tèmi sọ̀rọ̀ kan. Jẹ́ n kọ́kọ́ kọrin fún wọn. Ẹ fura o, ìfura lóògùn àgbà o. Ilé ò fura, ilé jó. Ajá ò fura, ajá jìn. Kóhun rere do. Forílẹ̀ wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àgbà ẹ fura. Maiyegun.
Baba.
Àwọn àgbàlẹ̀ Yorùbá ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé o rí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú Deborah tó ń pa? Ibi tí wọ́n ń lọ wọ́n mọ̀ o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ fúnra wa. Ibi tí wọ́n ń lọ wọ́n mọ̀ láwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyẹn. Tó bá yẹ pé bọ́n ṣe pa Deborah gbà ò ní Sokoto. Náà bá kí Garuba Salami mọ́lẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó ń bá pa á. Nǹkan tá à ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ìkọlà màmá sọ́nsìn. Nítorí pé àwọn pípù yìí iná ogun ni wọ́n ń wá, wọ́n fẹ́ dá ogun yẹn sílẹ̀ ní 2022 yìí. Mẹ̀láfíà kọ́lọ́run kó fẹ́ ọ̀run kẹ́ bàbá yẹn. Ó sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, àwọn èèyàn wọ́n kọ tí ikún sí bí ẹni pé kò sí nǹkan kan. Ibi tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà wọlé tógun yẹn ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń wá. Ọmọ yẹn kàn jẹ́ sábàbí ni. Kí lọmọ yẹn sọ? Gbogbo wa la rí WhatsApp chat yẹn náà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àti ìbádébì kankan tí wọ́n ti ń lọ fọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀bù gbogbo ọmọ Igbo fọ́lé gbogbo. There was another woman tí wọ́n wọnú ilé ẹ̀, wọ́n wọnú flat ẹ̀ lọ, wọ́n dẹ̀ wọ woman yẹn jáde. Wọ́n dẹ̀ bẹ̀ sí ní.
Àwọn èèyàn wá ní kẹ́bà máa fòyìnbó là nígbà tó ti jẹ́ pé
yeah. Now, what am I saying is these people, they know what they are doing. They are planning for war, and they are looking for a way to bring it up. The killing of Deborah is just. I mean, they are just testing the water. They want people to come up with something. Couple of days ago, maybe start of, they killed another guy in Lagos.
That's right.
All because of maybe 100 naira fee or something like that. Change. It was the same Fulanis that killed that guy.
The Okada riders there. You are right.
Yes, the Okada riders. All what they want is, okay, let's do this. Maybe the Yorubas and Igbos will flare up. Then we will justify whatever we want to do.
You know what you said, sir? You know that immediately they killed Deborah, and the killers were arrested, and they started a protest, which is a protest that the killers must be released.
Then at the palace of Sultan.
They went after the Igbos, their businesses in Sokoto, and I wonder why the media never reported that.
They would never report that. Maiyegun, they would never reported that. When this bank manager, I forgot the bank, when he likened the resurrection of Jesus Christ to agege bread. We have Christians in Lagos now. We have Christians in Ogun now. We have Christians in Oyo now. We have Christians in Osun now. This guy was, from the north. We did not,
nobody was threatened or attacked.
Nobody looked for him to stone him to death.
No.
Nobody looked for him to set him ablaze. Maiyegun, these people, they know what they want and they are pushing towards that. I think, was it yesterday, Akpabio said 9 presidential candidates. They wanted to support, what's it called? The Senate president.
That's right. I heard that too.
9 of them want to put their support for Senate president. And we are saying, oh, it's Yoruba turn, it's Igbo turn. They are not ready to give the power to the Igbo nor to Yorubas. It's just unfortunate for the so-called leaders of the Igbos and the leaders of the Yorubas that doesn't know what they are doing, or because of what they are going to eat, or because of money, or because of what they are gaining from Nigeria. That's why Timothy calling Efura. These people one month, and ever since the killing of what's it called, Deborah, did we hear anything from Jagaba Mr. Tole?
And Kalko Shoro and
Atiku to tweet at the end of the day, Ogbeni Sheko withdraw, Sheko take it off.
Withdraw. And in 2023, they don't care. They will keep quiet. If people die, no. As long as they can be president. Now, when they miss out, when they're no longer president, now then you can start hearing them talk again. This country deserves. So
Atiku is now saying he's going for restructuring. He's going for this and that. Blah 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 blah. And he will talk about Igbo marginalization. Is it China today? Buhari talked more than that.
He did.
And when he came on board, he was like, I don't understand what is restructuring. I don't know. It's not in our constitution.
No.
What are we talking about? Let the Yorubas, this is the time, the right time for the leaders. Or don't let me say leaders, because the leaders they are not leading nobody.
Oh, they are about to sir. We are we are using style to tell those who are parading themselves as Yoruba political leaders, religious, traditional, and all of that, to quickly stop digging, because it's pretty much like wherever they are benefiting from Nigeria, it's like somebody who is in a hole. And they say if you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you do is you stop digging, Abi. So we are trying to send a signal to them that sooner or later, we will do away with them and we'll take our destiny in our hands. And that time, they will not have any control. So yeah, you can call on them if you want them to do it. We are telling you. Yes, sir.
Muslim, now we are Christian. Baba mi priest in the church. Baba mi magori aga wasu. That one Muslim, they started their Ileya something. We will go there. No man say we won't get see. When it comes to Christmas time, all their largest sons and daughters will come to our own house. We eat together. And now, our town people are Dorawa at one. The honestness we are talking about does not bring any good value, no development. Ibi mo jókòó sí. Lọ́pàá ọ̀tún mi tí mo rànwọ́ sí. Oko ìgbàdo ni o. Ìgbàdo. Àwọn ẹlẹ́wọ̀n ló gbìn. Ẹlẹ́wọ̀n. Machine náà fi gbìn kì í ṣe pọ́wọ́ náà fi roko. It's more than 7 acres. This side, the other side, the same thing. Ilẹ̀ tọ́lọ́run fún wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ilẹ̀ tó ń ṣàn fún oyin àti wàrà ni. What are we talking about? Kémi tó kúrò nílé. Ilé mi ẹ̀yìn AIT ló wà. Tí n bá wà náà kò lè máa wo AIT lọ́ọ̀kan. There's one empty land níbẹ̀. Kì í ṣe inú oko lélẹ̀. This is not. We are not talking farm inside the bush. We are talking inside the town at AIT. Nicola.
Talagbado.
Talagbado. I don't use money to buy pepper. I don't use money to buy ewedu. Ugu, I don't buy ugu in the market. Everything is right there. Fresh. Even yam. What are we talking about? So now let us look at going to a mechanized farming. The time of cocoa, why not in Dagba? Okpe, guava. So our people in educated. Oh my God, Gbogbo Yoruba educated Mobitando. Gbogbo Igbo, go and talk to your leaders. So what is his name? Toro Lowo Nnamdi Kanu ni prison. What did he came out? Soludo. What solutions did he came out with after visiting Nnamdi Kanu? And some people, I saw some, some messages saying, "Oh, that was not Nnamdi Kanu that he met." I don't know how far that is true. I was cloning Nnamdi Kanu.
People, the parasa. Lolo is emotion is running riot. So when people say something to me, I just say, okay, because you know what, the time will tell.
So, you know what? I want to do the Yoruba Rescue Fund. I want to do
it. Nígbà tí mo open studio tí mo play orin lọ́wọ́ yẹn tí mo gbé kọ̀ọ̀kan yẹn bàbá Akintoye ló ń pè mí yẹn o. So because mo ti update wọn pé a ti fẹ́ ready báyìí wọn dẹ̀ ní pé wá launch ẹ̀. Good enough. Ṣe bínú ṣe rí lóbi ṣe yan ọkàn yẹn pé wrong time ní kọ̀ yẹn wọlé ni. We are closer. We are very close. That's what we want to do.
Ọlọ́run ní pa ẹ́ fún wa báyìí.
Yes, sir.
Àṣà Sunday Igboho ní ní kú láíláí.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Next step again. So that I limited time, but we only have about 25 minutes to go. And therefore, it's been a pleasure, sir. Again. You have a good one, sir. So now let me go to my Oga here, which is Nessie. Is that all right? Is that what you pronounce it as? Is that Nessie or Neski? You can unmute, please, or I'll do that for you. Don't worry. I'll do it. I've done it. Now, you can hear me, yeah?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, too. I said, is that Neski or Nessie?
Nessie.
It's Nessie.
Nessie, yes.
It's good to meet you, bro. And you are welcome to the Temple of Truth. First time, is it?
Yes, very first time.
Grand. And I would love to know you. Everybody would love to hear from you, too. So you have the floor, please. Speak on.
Thank you very much, Maiyegun. As the previous speaker, Davis, I'm also a diaspora African from Liberia, actually. My whole interest in this whole situation is mainly my concern for West Africa in general. So I'm very ignorant to the general politics in Nigeria. I'm ignorant to like the party system.
You are from Syria alone. Did I hear you say that?
Liberia. Very close.
Oh, Liberia. Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, you look so different in the room, and everybody could tell. You know what I mean now? That's so wonderful to meet Messi, right? Sure.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, whatever you want to share with us. You see, on the parliament, right? You can even share something new with us. Maybe from Liberia as well. You've heard us, and I don't know how long you've been probably listening to me. So I would love to hear from you. Nessie, please, go on.
Thank you. Actually, just to your channel, I think this is about my third day since I discovered it and like your live streams. So about 3 days now. So I just have some basic questions that maybe if there was clear answers to something like the killing of Deborah would not happen.
Right.
Question number one would be: does Nigeria have an official state religion?
There is no official state religion. What they've done in Nigeria is to recognize the two topmost religions, Islam and Christianity. So when they plan state functions, right, they always allow both religions to lead or close the function. So there's no official. But there's also this confusion as well, right? Nigeria has a constitution which acknowledges these two religions, right? But in Nigeria, there are some part of Nigeria, because of Islam, who have managed to have their own Sharia law, which means this law guides the dictates of Islam and everything, do's and don'ts. So meanwhile, there is also a general constitution which covers everyone as a secular country, not Islamic, not Christian and all that. So that's also part of Nigeria and mostly part of the confusion we are dealing with. Some of you are reading about outside Nigeria. So yeah, we don't have it's a religion, no.
Okay, so if there is ever an issue, which laws comes off higher? Does the state law take over, or does the national law take over?
It is in categories, right? We have state laws which are for the customary courts, the state high courts and all that, and they handle different cases right below there. But when it comes to murder, when somebody got killed or arson and all of that, that should become national law. I mean, the national law will take care of that. The federal police, the court, and all of that. Okay, and then but part of the confusion again is this: there is another law in some part of northern Nigeria, yeah, which gives different interpretation to different crimes. Okay, and they carry different punishments. So where this whole thing now became more worrisome is that where the Sharia law and the normal law in the country clash, the country law will bow for the Sharia law in the long run because of religion. You know what I mean? So much confusion. Go on again.
Okay, I understand this now. So there are literally two different sets of laws in the country.
Yes. One for everybody, which is the conventional laws that they make, and they say, oh, if you do this, you don't do that, this, that, everybody have to obey. A section of Nigeria also obeys the law, but they choose which of the law to obey. Because according to them, right, they have their own law that is dictated by religion and is supreme to whatever law Nigeria has. That's why some part of Nigeria are now saying, this is unfair. How can we be obeying a law, get punished by that law, and some people don't get punished for that? The imbalance.
Okay.
Go on.
So, another thing. So for the national religions, like you mentioned, were they dictated by the population of the people in the country, or just arbitrarily?
Kind of a make-up number, sort of a guesswork. Oh, the numbers of Christians. But I will explain something that kind of explain it better, okay? You see, in northern part of Nigeria, you have a kind of a population of Muslims that are more in kind of large numbers, right? Then in southern, then you have probably, let me use a number this time. Let's say 60% Muslim, 30% to 35% Christians, and maybe 5% or more for those who don't practice either of them, right? But Muslims, they have dominance up north, including the rulers, emirs, sultan, and all those, to let you know how that effect of that religion, which also kind of reflects in their way of life, commerce, and all that stuff, right? But in the south, we are mostly Christians there too, but the number is also not kind of accurate. But what happened is that in the south, we consider that we have a sort of a balanced number of Christians and Muslims from all the entire south. And we also have even more animists, traditionalists, people who don't do Christianity, who don't do Muslim. They are nearly the number of those who practice those two religions. But because of what our people are, we believe that the south is more kind of cosmopolitan. You can't tell if it's Christian, it's Muslim, so they just feel like we are kind of liberal and we can live with any law. But up north, is more Islamic or Islamically inclined. So that's the balance away. So, but when you now put the whole thing into context, we now, I mean, there's this belief that the northern Nigeria is more populated than the southern Nigeria. So if the northern Nigeria is being kind of dominated by Muslim and is also the most populated, definitely, you know, there are more Muslims in the north than the south. So to say, it's all kind of jogged up figures that are mostly unreliable. But yeah, that's how we kind of describe ourselves. Muslim north, you know, kind of a liberal south, Christians and all that.
Okay, so this is I asked because, like I mentioned, I'm diaspora African. I currently residing in Canada, where we have two official languages, and the first language, English, is just the British. That's the language, and they're the one that colonized the Canada part of North America. And second is French, because French were also, I guess, French originally colonized the whole Newfoundland area. So we have two official languages because of these two influences. So my question is, if Nigeria is kind of basing these two official religions on the population of these two groups of people, could that ever change if there ever comes a time where there's where there's ever like 3 or 4 or 5 equally popular religions in the country? Would that ever change, or is this a constitutional law?
It is not. It has nothing to do with the constitution when it comes to this, religion, departmentizations, kind of like that, But when it comes to language, right? People have already been kind of defined by their languages. Their languages and all that defined where they come from. So back in Nigeria, we have over 250 ethnic nationalities fused together. And we have over 500 local languages in Nigeria alone. So all these were fused together, believing that once we can speak English, then we can communicate, ignoring other factors that show that we could probably, live on our own as a group, segmentally, and still be countries, rather than fuse us together, ignoring those, what have you, and say, well, since you can speak English, maybe you can communicate in a way. So this is what really defined us. So back, like I used the North and South earlier, yeah, it's more than that. It's just a kind of cutting it short away, right? So we are more defined, not by our religion, okay? We are kind of more, defined by our language, which also attach us to our different ancestral lands, sort of, yeah? But these are the things that has also made sure that people speaking similar language, but maybe with different accents, which we call dialects, right? They can still live together so close, and you can call them a region. It's been there before, okay? We've had that before independence. Even during the independence, people were recognized based on their language and the regions they came from, okay? So there will never be a time that religion will decide how people are going to eventually have to live. What we decide is how to respect that ancestral demarcation, respect that, acknowledge it, and people can choose what language they want to speak. You know what I mean? It would then have to be, should it be English? Or should it be our own common language? Yoruba, for example, where I come from. And we have over 70 million who speak that language in Nigeria alone. All over the world, we have over 250 people. 250 million Yorubas who have ancestral linkage to that Yoruba. And it's just one language. So that's powerful. That's what people are now talking and say, listen, if we can relate, if this can work, how about we identify ourselves for who we were before we were fused together and many things, in a micro way, that way. So because of our time, Nessie, I will have you just about a minute, if you can probably just round that up, and I can also get prepared to get others on. It's been a pleasure talking to you, by the way. Nessie.
Thank you very much. My last, I guess, something I want to address is very short. It's a question to you, actually. Do you think that breaking up is an option because of foreign debt that Nigeria owes, the economy, the fact that, like you say, it's so metropolitan that people just are from everywhere just moving in and about, do you think that splitting up Nigeria is an option?
Yeah, just simply because splitting up is kind of a sort of an ash word that get people walked up and say, are you guys thinking when you just say split up? What happened to the debt? What happened to this? When you share a country, it's a process and a very long one, right? Part of the process, yeah, is to share. When you share assets, you also have to share liabilities too. You get that now? And that is where conversation of, let's talk about this union. Okay, let's talk about this union. There are many things to talk about that can easily be, sort of clarified. It is when that conversation starts that you begin to say, well, the debt of Nigeria, for example, is the debt of Nigeria. I know some of my friends and my people will tell you, we don't care. No, that's not how it works. Eventually, we have to compare the debt to the assets that are linked to them. And eventually, we have to also have a negotiation or conversation with the creditors, the people who gave the loan. Because if a country is about to split, they just have to know what will happen to their money. But you see, debt and all those things are actually the smallest of what should be our worry. There are other things I've learned when a country says they want to split. What will happen to your sectors? What will happen to those who have worked all their lives when Nigeria is still Nigeria? What is going to be their future about their pension? These are things that are personal. That only if Nigeria stop criminalizing their conversation like this, only if they stop it, that will get answers to them. Because people will have to come in, right? Provide solutions on how these things should work. But if we don't have a conversation like this when everybody is being criminalized for even talking about it, you know what I mean? Then it gets kind of harder. But that's why we chose to say we don't have all the answers. You know what I mean? Now we don't have all the answers, but some of us know that it's a process. If they open a door of conversation on it, the flood of options, solutions, how it's going to be done, it will start flooding in. And that's that jinx we want to break, that Nigeria must discuss it, or else we just have to wait and die. So
thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. You should have a good night over there, right? And hopefully I'll have you around some other time. Okay, thank you. I know some of you, my friends, are possibly feeling like, Maiyegun, this thing is going on. This, you don't have it. You don't know that it's also a learning process. And when you have people who want to know what you are doing, they want to know. See, tell me. Sometimes you don't know. Yeah? As I was talking to Nessie there, I'm actually talking to over 2,000 to 3,000 of you watching me on Facebook, YouTube, right the same time. And guess what? I'm also answering some of your questions too. I bet you heard that too. Let's go to Oriyomi Abdul, sir. Sorry, I am coming to you, and I'm also going to go to, Sir Shola Babatunde. We are coming close to the end of the conversation, and my friends who stayed back earlier, they've kind of left us. So it's going to be 3 of us rounding up tonight, okay? So I'm going to go to you, sir. Sorry, you will be the first, and I'll come down to you, Elder Shola Babatunde. So let's unmute. Do you want to try that from your hand, sir?
Okay, I've done that, sir.
Brilliant. So, good evening.
Maiyegun,
yes,
my Gio. Good evening, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Good evening, sir. God will continue to strengthen you.
Amen.
I'm a regular listener for the first time on the show. Like, I want to salute you for the tremendous job, because most time I will listen to your program for 2 hours. I'll be like, when did this guy used to rest? But I pray God will continue to strengthen you.
Amen.
But
thank you.
Without too much of hurdle, you and I know, and I believe everybody on this platform knows that Nigeria has never been won, and it will never be won. Forget about those people shouting "One Nigeria." We know them. Let me use your popular balance. We know them.
We do.
They are benefiting from this Kwangwamaya. You see, what happens to Deborah? Let me start from there. It has been happening before. This is not the first time. And with the situation of things, It's not going to be the last time. One happened just about 2 days ago. Another happened yesterday in Lagos. You see, Nigerian problem is not religion. Sir, and I have my reason for saying that.
Please.
I live here in UAE, popularly known as Dubai. The question I used to ask is there different Quran? Maybe they are using a particular kind of Quran.
A different version.
Different version that is different from the one we are using in Nigeria. First and foremost, I don't belong to any religion. I was born a Christian. My father is a Christian. My grandfather is a Christian. My great-grandfather, Donji Abudu. We just coined that Abudu to Abdul. My uncle. But religiously, I don't practice any religion. I believe in humanity.
God bless you.
My hometown is close to you because I live in your hometown, Udogbolu.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
There's one popular river in Udogbolu. We call it Eren. I know you are Eren.
That is where I trained how to swim. And it's a long story.
Even myself, we used to jump from the bridge.
From the bridge to the water.
Yeah, we thought we do all kind of acrobatic. But that's a story for another day.
It's a story for another day. There is this song, There is this song that came to my mind. We always sang that when we were little. It's a warning song. It's what do you call it? It's a way they, it was a warning song. Were kids that loved to that river. Oh, that's a connection there. Baba, go on.
Something happened in 1999 at that same river. We're having a normal kids stuff. And this guy is announcing a Yoruba boy want to beat this guy. In terms of shitting, anyways. We all stood for this Hausa guy. That no, we defended this guy. You cannot shit him. We don't see religion.
No.
We see humanity.
See humanity. God bless you.
All those things, even when I served in Jigawa State, 2008, to be precise. You do all these coppers, whatever, NCCF, RCCF, whatever. They burned down our church 3 times within 11 months.
Wow.
We can't pray aloud. All our programs is a silent prayer. You see the reason why I said Nigeria is not religious. We don't have religious problem. We have ethnic problem. One particular set of people in Nigeria believes they own Nigeria, and they usually say it at us. They believe they own Nigeria. Okada used to call Ashaba in the north. They call it Ashaba. If you dare enter any Ashaba and you give the Ashaba rider, the Okada man, 100 naira. If he claims he doesn't have change, he doesn't have change, and you cannot do anything about it.
Yeah.
People that live in the north can bear me witness. I live both in Jigawa and Kano State. They share borders. I used to repair phone while I was serving. I repair phones, I sell recharge card, and I used to go and buy my phone parts in Ibo Road by Market in Kano. All they just need to do is to shout, "Wayo!" Once you raise that voice, people will come out from every corner to lynch on you. So we were living in fear during our NYC.
And they are making you shout one Nigeria at your parade.
Or where says who? Nigeria has never been won, and it can never be won. Because some people see themselves as first-class citizens, while we, the rest, are no citizen. We are not even second class. We are no citizens. That is why they can do anything and get away with it. You and I know during the time of Obasanjo between 1999 and 2003, Yerima established Sharia law, another law that took place within our constitution.
And that was the genesis.
And they got away with it.
They did get away with it.
The only thing Obasanjo can say is it's a political Sharia. Says who? Uthman Dafodio started penal code where we still have that constitution. And he went, I mean, this Sadana, this Ahmadu Bello, initiated penal code in the northern Nigeria. And that penal code supersedes our constitution.
Yes.
And even up till now, maybe less than 20 people wrote that constitution and they lied against us. We, the people of Nigeria. It's like a joke. Where did we sit down and discuss?
Where?
We never negotiated Nigeria. So, how did we get here? Our forefathers, our grandfathers betrayed us by allowing this. We shouldn't have been together. Starting from that 1960, they should have, when they went to that conference in 1958 in Lancaster House, they should have negotiated and everybody should have went to his territory.
All man to his tent.
All man to his tent. We shouldn't have come together as one. Look at what they did to Awolowo now. We know all those. You and I know all these stories.
Of course, now they messed him up. They messed Abiola himself up. Every one of them they wanted to mess, so they could do it and get away with it. And then
during our independence anniversary, did Awolowo make any statements?
No.
He was just sitting down there. He was being sidelined.
The man that started the journey for independence of Nigeria.
And this same Awolowo and Zik was the one that was even persuading Ondamode Baba to Abaroba. We were not born then. But we had the story. They were the one that were even persuading Ahmadu Bello that let us get independent. Nigeria should have gotten our independence even before Ghana.
Before Ghana, God bless you.
They were the one even persuading him. They even promised him all manners of things, federalism and all this and that. Are we truly federal? Are we truly federal? The answer is no.
No, we are not.
We want to establish a Motekun in the southwest. The northern people against it. And they never hide their feelings.
No.
But before then, they have Isba. Even the Isba was even arresting police. Was even arresting Nigerian police.
You remember that, man? I love people on this platform. They don't serve a full hardly. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have so much sharpness. Imagine. So
every day. And whenever I hear you talk, I will just be saying, that means we still have some people. We still have some human in our midst. So that means our generation is not lost. Listen to you. Listen to Daddy Priest. Listen to Daily Parotimi. Listen to Shore and the like. I still believe. I did listen to your program. That means we still have hope. You are my generation. Baba Tunde, they are older generation because looking at him is another generation, but we still have hope in them.
So,
Baba,
thank you so much.
Now, this is the way out.
Yeah.
I
just want to round it up so that I can go to the last person and we can call it a night.
So, we will never leave it alone. We have to see it through to the very end.
We will.
We have to take this our nation.
Thank you.
And whatever it takes, we are going with it. But you made one point, sir, Baba, that we should boycott. Do you think that will be our solution?
It is just because one of them.
I'm a little bit. I stand to be corrected, anyways. I'm a little bit different about it.
Tell us what you think. I wish I could take a lot of time to hear that anyway. But
we don't put somebody there as a voice we might not get it. Because that's what I used to tell all my Biafran friends. That look, if we want to boycott, might not be the might not be the preferred solution. At least Governor Soludo was able to emerge because the people stood behind him.
Well, that's a good point.
Allow us to make to set our own candidates, support them, let there be inside. Then from there we can then negotiate.
We've all heard that. I mean, like I said, boycott is not the only solution. It's just one of them. But I get it. I get a picture of where you're coming from. Everything is on the table. You know that, and that means whatever we can do, whatever we can, anything. So we'll continue to explore all options. Okay, sir. So thank you for sharing that with us again. Pleasure. So I'm going to go to the my last parliamentarian tonight. Who is going to be I'll use the other parliamentarian Sholari Babatunde, sir. Let me see if I can unmute you. Or you can help me, sir. Maybe you should help me unmute. Now you can.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Okari, Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking to you from Nigeria, location 9.
Let him pay whatever, Baba.
Benny. No kunkuladewa. Lagbara Ọlọ́run yẹn ti mọ́ra. Lẹ́dí náà dúdú.
Àbí
o. Okari. I'm from Ikeneremo. Ikene local government. Ṣáàjọ ẹ̀hún ṣáàjọ ń wẹ̀ níbẹ̀ ọjọ́ náà ti jẹ́ dẹ̀.
Omi kan náà rẹ̀ ṣàn láti rẹ̀ nódò gbòòlù.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni láti rẹ̀ nódò gbòòlù wá sí Kẹ̀nẹ́.
Ọlọ́run rẹ̀ mú burú ṣàn dé bá mi.
Yíyan máa ṣàn káàkiri rẹ mọ́. Ká dúpẹ́ náà Ọlọ́run.
Àti dúpẹ́.
Yeah, I've been following you now since 2019, if I can remember.
Thank you,
and in fact, God bless you.
Amen, sir.
You see, the generation, the present day generation, I call them digital generation. And they refuse to be blindfolded. A lot of people have said so much. But you see where the problem comes from. We look at the days of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Azikwe, and the likes. They were trusting. And Fulani people deceived them.
They took advantage of them.
They took advantage of their trusting nature. And they have been doing this a long time. But the digital generation refused to be blindfolded.
No.
So we are hoping and we believe this current generation will take us out of the battle. I mean, out of this quagmire we find ourselves.
I believe so as well.
The likes of you are savior to our generation. I'm not too young. I know when Chief Awolowo political party, I've been following Chief Awolowo as far back as 1976.
Wow.
I'm one of his disciples, yeah.
It's a pleasure.
All the elections.
You are one of the people from that past, and here you are, pretty much like a
exactly.
To probably keep many of you alive longer, so that we can probably learn a lot too. So tell us, sir.
All the elections Papa participated in were rigged. It was rigged after all the elections. And I also blame Baba Obasanjo.
He also played a role.
He played a vital role. And it's all because of greediness on his part. the suffering that Yoruba people find themselves today, Baba Sanjo is a pillar. Well, I wish him well. He himself is beginning to see his mistakes, but it's too late for him. When he attitude Kabo Loje, àmì ọba kìíní kan lọ́wọ́, ó kẹnu bàbá ẹni tí ó bọ̀.
Attitude Jebo Losha.
Jebo Losha lọ́wọ́ kó bàbá ẹni tí ó bọ̀. Obasanjo has messed up big time. I want to thank you, and I will pray for long life for you.
Amen, sir.
Yoruba nation yẹn, àjọ ń lọ bẹ̀ ni.
Àmín.
Aṣojú gbogbo wa.
Àṣẹ bàbá. Àṣẹ.
Oyè tèmi máa fún ẹni Ọmọrúwàfù of Yoruba land. Ọmọrúwàfù, ọmọ tó rí ìwàfù.
Ọmọ tó rí ìwàfù.
Orí ìwàfù, Ọmọrúwàfù. Èdè Ìjẹ̀bú nìyẹn o, bẹ́ẹ̀ Yorùbá sọ pé Ọmọrúwàfù, bẹ́ẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú ní Ọmọrúwàfù of Yoruba land.
Kábíyèsí o.
Because in fact, you have done so much in enlightening our people.
Thank you.
Just keep on with the beat.
I will, sir.
God is your strength.
Thank you.
We are following you. Ademfadura, generation yín, ẹ̀yin lẹ lè jaja yìí. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún yín ṣe.
Àmín, àmín, àmín.
As at bí mo ṣe ń bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, as at this very moment, àwọn ìyá kan nílùú Ìkẹ́nnẹ́ gbogbo wọ́n ṣì ń wọ́ tẹ̀lé Ọ̀ṣínbàjò. À ń bọ́ wọn sọ ọ́, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́.
Ìṣirò máa jẹ wọ́n ti fọ ọ̀nà fún ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀nà bá mi. So ràn máa jẹ ẹ jẹ́ kí àìmọye wọn mọ́. Bá a máa bá wọn sọ aya yín, a máa bá wọn sọ.
Àbọ̀ wọn máa sọ, ṣùgbọ́n dẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ẹ̀ nu wọn ojú wọn ti ń já.
Dẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ẹ̀ o wà.
Ojú wọn ti ń já.
Afago kẹ́yìn àparò wọ́n fọ́ afago kẹ́yìn àparò fún ojú ń wá
ojú ẹ̀jẹ̀
ojú àárí so àwa máa sọ tẹ́lẹ̀.
2-3 weeks ago,
yes sir.
No bá sí Ìkẹ́nnẹ́ mo wá sí oríṣiríṣi nǹkan mo wá yìí. Òun náà kẹ́ mu rùn ṣe èkẹ́ tún mu rùn ṣe. Ṣí Fúlàní ń tàn ẹ̀tàn wọn tán àwo lọ́wọ́ títí.
Kàn pọ̀.
Wọ́n tán Abíọ́lá kàn pọ̀.
Kò kú náà.
Òun náà tún rí tóun ti bàbá kékeré kan ti ń pè. Bàrẹ̀ ẹni náà kò ní bí láńlọ́ọ̀dù.
Àbí o Jagabanu.
Ọjọ́ ń tán dìde wọn, wọ́n kẹ́ ń tán ara wọn. As at this point, àwọn ìyá ìwọ́n sì ń tẹ̀lé wọn. Wọ́n kẹ́ máa tẹ̀lé wọn tuntun wọn fùkú rẹ̀.
Káwọn ọmọ wọn kàn máa sọ di ọ̀fọ̀ owúrí ìyàgbọ̀n.
Rọmọ máa hùn.
Ṣé mi ṣe ra mi ṣe wé o. Ra wọn ṣe kàn bàbá bẹ́ẹ̀ kú. Ọmọ wọn gbọ́dọ̀ tún bá bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ o. Rẹ́wọ̀n àgbàgbé ọjàwé rẹ̀ ṣe máa make sure for orí ọmọ tuntun wọ̀ o.
À ń gbìyànjú, alẹ́ ń gbìyànjú, à ń sọ. Dẹ́dẹ̀ nu ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lẹ́m sọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kálẹ̀ jẹ̀rà máa jẹ náà kálẹ̀ dẹ̀ ní dìbò wọn kálẹ̀ sì jẹ̀rà máa jẹ ètò ebi ń pọ̀ wọn. Nínú ìpò ọ̀rẹ́ ebi ń pọ̀ wọn ebi ń pọ̀ wọn so bu àwọn olóṣèlú yẹn àmọ́ owó wọn máa tẹ̀lé wọn. Though some of them wọ́n ti realize ṣùgbọ́n náà sùn wọn máa jẹ kọ.
Wọ́n ọlọ́run máa jẹ àjòrúnjọ ta ẹ̀ ni ọ̀rẹ́ ẹni kọ̀kẹ́ kéèdáná wé o bá mi.
Àgbẹ̀ ṣá máa ṣe rà.
Ṣé ṣàtúrà rí dédé ènìyàn lè ṣàmì sí wọn fọ́ ọlọ́run máa jẹ àjòrúnjọ ta ẹ̀ ni.
Ọ̀rẹ́ ṣàtúrà dédé ènìyàn lè ṣe. Ọ̀rẹ́ kẹrin yẹn kẹ̀ dáná.
Ìyẹn dáná ebi kẹrẹ ìyẹn rẹ̀ ń pọ̀ ní lódìlódì wé o.
Ìkẹ́ ń pọ̀ ní lódìlódì wé.
Á dẹ̀ máa ṣe wáyé.
They have weaponized poverty.
They have.
Weaponized poverty. Illiteracy.
Ó ti wá gbọ̀ngbọ́n.
So wọ́n rúre bá nìpọ̀n ọgbọ́n àmàfòpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ìlẹ́bì ọgbọ́n àmàlónẹ̀hún. ṣùgbọ́n bí àwọn Fúlàní bí wọ́n ṣe ràn má ṣe rán wọn Jagaban Ọ̀ṣínbàjò bójú dodo wọn dá wọn dẹ̀ ń bọ̀ wá sílé ulera kò tí má kalẹ̀ dèdì wọ́n sì ń padà ń bọ̀. Torí wọn kí ọmọdé méjì gègénú gbọ́ àwọn àgbà yẹn máa mú burúkú yẹn máa wò ó ṣe.
Wọ́n kẹ́ fọṣẹ́ wọn àgbàṣẹ́ máa kọ́kọ́ máa wòye wá yìí.
Àṣìṣe àmọ́ máa rí wọn nírọ̀ báyìí.
Òrèrè kó bá wà ọ̀rọ̀ ra fọ kí bàbá má gbọ́.
Bàbá ẹ̀ má gbẹ̀rẹ̀ rọ́mà tí a yànjú rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n sì ń bọ̀ nílé. Wọ́n ń bọ̀ nílé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń bọ̀ nílé. Àjírí ẹ ṣe.
Thank you so much, sir, for tonight.
Àgbèkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ó máa ń bẹ́ẹ̀ o wọ́rúurú.
Àgbóhùn àyà àgbọ̀tọ́mọ.
Àṣẹ ò bá mi.
Ẹni ṣùṣòro.
Àṣẹ ò. Àṣẹ ò.
Kárí túbọ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́ mìíràn wá níṣò. Inú mi kẹ́dùn sọ nálẹ́ mi pẹ́ náà rè bá wọn ṣe parliamentary nálẹ́ yìí o.
Inú tèmi gan dùn owó àwọn rẹ́kọ́ọ̀dù fún àṣepẹ́bẹ́ ní Maiyegun Politico àti ṣìdárí yẹn nálẹ́wẹ̀ àti kọ́ra máa kọ́ ẹ̀ àmàpàdé náà bá mi.
Àpàdé náírà àtàlàfíà.
Orúkọ wọn àtòhun wọn ti wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ṣeun o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni àjọṣe o àjọṣe pẹ̀pẹ́ o.
Dàrọ̀ o.
Orun ayọ̀ àmáṣu o.
So this is where we're going to draw the curtains. I am kind of, sorry if you feel lost there. The bottom line is that it is the People's Parliament, and we have delivered tonight, and we would probably have another time again that we're going to spend together. Okay, but for tonight, I want to say thank you to every one of you who actually stood by for 2.5 hours. That's great. So I want to say thank you to you. And then thank you to every one of you who stopped by to also share the broadcast, liked it, or even subscribed. Next time is going to be another blockbuster. I'm talking like somebody who is promoting a movie. Yeah, it's going to be another blockbuster. If you enjoyed tonight, don't leave without dropping your offerings. I have over 1,500 of you at some point, yeah? And only 600 of you felt like you should drop your offerings. Come on, man. Coronavirus is gone. I mean, it's almost gone. Okay. They have told us to social distancing and all of that is quite not a huge thing anymore. Don't practice social distancing with that like button. Use it, like it, share it, subscribe. And when next you see Maiyegun, remember, you should join early enough so that you don't join late, only to become a late comer. Thank you. I enjoyed my night, like I said, and I hope to see all of you some other time. Until then, stay safe and continue to watch Maiyegun.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọ́ mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.